Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cami Farrell, and you're watching ntTV's online report. Over 13 million people worldwide have been infected by the novel coronavirus. The death toll is nearing 600,000, according to a tally by Johns Hopkins University. As of last night, the United States holds the highest number of deaths and confirmed cases, with over 3.3 million infections. Brazil has the second highest number of deaths and cases, having reported over 250,000 new infections in the past 7 days alone. 20 universities filed a lawsuit yesterday against the federal government. The suit challenges a new directive that makes international students leave the United States if they don't attend at least one class in person. Many schools have been conducting courses online due to the coronavirus pandemic. The universities in the lawsuit are from the western portion of the United States. They join 17 attorney generals who are also suing the Trump administration over the same mandate. UNT is one of many schools across the country that are making sure that their international students are able to take at least one course in person to avoid the consequences of the mandate. Today marks the first federal execution in over 17 years. Convicted killer Daniel Lewis Lee was put to death this morning via lethal injection. A federal judge temporarily blocked the execution of Lee and 3 others, citing ongoing challenges to the federal lethal injection protocol. But the Supreme Court reversed that decision in a 5-4 ruling. The majority also said the drug protocol proposed by the government has become a, quote, mainstay of state injections. The court's left wing objected to what it called an accelerated decision-making process and said that the constitutionality of the death penalty needs to be re-examined. After a 6-day search, former Glee star Naya Rivera was pronounced dead yesterday. Rivera went missing while out on a pontoon boat at Lake Piru with her 4-year-old son. Her son was found asleep on the rental pontoon wearing a life jacket without her. The 33-year-old actress was presumed dead after her appearance. Ventura County Sheriff's Office discovered her body in the northeast area of the lake and identified her using dental records. Rivera is best known for her role as Santana Lopez on the Fox show Glee. Today is the last day to vote in the Texas state runoff elections. The elections were originally scheduled for May but were postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The biggest race is to see who will Democrats pick as their Senate nominee to face the 3-term Senate Republican incumbent John Cornyn. The runoff is in between Air Force veteran MJ Hagar and State Senator Royce West. Also on the ballot is former Republican Congressman Pete Sessions, who is trying to return to Washington by running for a rural seat in Waco. Voting will continue until 7 p.m. tonight. Results will more than likely be delayed as mail-in ballots continue to come in. If you're planning to vote today, please be sure to look into the following protocols. Voters are being encouraged to bring their own supplies such as pens to the polls. If they do not have their own, many counties are issuing pens and styluses for the use and return. Each will then be sanitized before being handed out again. Each location that has opted to use touchpad voting machines will be sanitized after each use. Along with this, the polls have placed sanitizing locations, put up plexiglass shields for staff, and are enforcing social distancing. There will also be the option to mail in your ballot if you are over the age of 65, disabled, or out of the county on Election Day. For more information on area-specific voting protocols, please visit the website below. Texas has become one of the world's hotspots for the COVID-19 pandemic. With some schools opening in the next month and no sign of lowering cases, many state officials believe that Texas needs stronger protocols to fight off the virus. One of those officials is Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, who said this yesterday.
So I think we're going to have to do some additional things. Wearing the mask is a big help, and I think that will, over time, work to slow down, but not in the time period that we need. The social distancing, the proper hygiene. I do think we're going to need a shutdown for a period of time. I am proposing 2 weeks, or at the very minimum, to return to phase 1. But as you can see, when we're talking about 1,500 plus cases today, over the weekend, big numbers. Quite frankly, for the last week or so, the numbers have been big, and they've been getting larger and larger, the number of people going to our hospital systems. I do think we need to reset, especially in light of the fact that next month, kids, we're talking about returning to school.
Governor Abbott defended his choice to keep the state open yesterday by saying that the best thing residents could do is continue wearing facial coverings.
So often you find it in politics with government officials, people will say, what they're doing is just political. this shows I made a decision that was not in my political interest. It shows I did it for the public interest. What I cared more about than my political future was the future of my fellow Texans and their health and their safety. It was so important that I issued this mask order to your health and safety, the people that I'm talking to right now, that I knew that it would not be a popular thing to do. I knew that as a kid growing up in Longview myself, it wasn't the type of thing that I would have embraced. But I know that COVID is spreading so rapidly across our state, as you mentioned, like you saw in Cherokee County, that the only way that we can reduce that spread right now until we have medicines to treat it is by everyone wearing a mask.
Abbott has said if the public does not adopt this protocol, a statewide lockdown may be in effect. Coronavirus cases continue to rise in North Texas. Dallas County reported 1,114 new cases yesterday. This marks the 11th day straight that the county has reported over 1,000 cases. The 7-day average is now 1,123 cases per day, up from an average of 209 per day on June 1st. Tarrant County reported 322 cases, the lowest number of new cases in more than 2 weeks. Denton County confirmed an additional 113 cases on Monday. If you missed the opportunity to be tested today, don't worry, there are other options in Denton County. The number of free testing options are limited, but there are more options in this interactive map. If you are looking for a place to get tested or are wondering what the testing sites are offering, feel free to visit the website below. A 2-year-old basketball star in China has become an internet sensation. Videos posted by his parents show the toddler named Lee making incredible shots with basketballs. He started off by imitating his dad and now practices each day. The boy has over 400,000 followers online. You can follow us on Twitter at ntTV_news for more of the latest updates. Thank you for joining, and please be sure to join us back again here tomorrow for more of ntTV's online report.